Happy birthday, Virgo. Welcome to RuneScopes by Amanda. That's me. With your December session, we're going to be using the Medieval Scapini Tarot, along with, of course, your rune casting. This is by Luigi Scapini. And then, as always, be sure to join me for part 2 of your reading. Remember, I'm going to be pulling one card from Nature's Whispers Oracle by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall for your spiritual guidance for the month of November. The link to the Vimeo channel, as always, is below. So, yeah, definitely head over there for some additional wisdom and guidance for how to handle the energies, sir. But let's see, first of all, which runes we get here for Virgos. Ooh, lots of stuff going on, evidently. As always, Virgo, keep in mind these are general readings. So if you need more specific answers, directions, messages, you would need to get a private session. That's the only way I can connect with just your energy for outcomes and more specific guidance. So to set up your appointment, definitely drop me a line at runescopesforyou@gmail.com. It's here in the video and, of course, below in the info section. If you would like to get a birthday reading, it's a great time to get a reading in your birthday month, because that is actually the start of your personal new year, rather than January 1st. So definitely drop me a line and we can set that up. You can also check the video for your rising sign as well to get more general messages. And definitely watch towards the end of the month if you can. Rewatch it, because that's when, I've watched readings myself and they didn't make any sense to me. Even my own readings, I'm like, it's not for me this month. And then I watch at the end of the month that I'm reading for. So in this case, the end of her. And I'm like, oh, well, that did happen, but it happened in the last 2 days of the month or something. So definitely, because I get people commenting all the time before the month has even started, this doesn't apply, or, And it's like, well, if you already know what's going to happen in the month and you're not even in that month, then you should have your own channel. Why are you watching me? You're psychic. Start your own channel. But yeah, it's probably not going to resonate, a lot of it, until the month is over. So, especially with these general readings. So take what you can use and leave the rest. Some months maybe it doesn't apply to you, but usually if you watch at the end, you're going to find something, oh yeah, well that didn't happen. That did happen to me in your sun or rising sign reading. But in general, for some Virgos, let's see what's going on. Challenger focus for, we've got the 8 of Coins for the tarot card. So this is not, with the runes around this is talking about either you're wanting to expand your skills, you're wanting to learn something new or go a different direction with your career. You even be wanting to move into a different position at work, or move in, or even move into a different company, because it seems like there's some disappointment with Wunyo in reverse, disappointment. More really with the people you're working with, it would seem, for some of you Virgos. So yeah, there could be conflicts or difficulties with the team you're working with or with your boss in her. There could just be disagreements or difficulties as a company or as a team discussing how you're going to expand a project or expand a business. For some of you, it feels like this is a family business also, and you be talking with your relatives or siblings or parents or your children on how you want to take this in a new direction or add services, add something to what you're already doing. I feel like somebody owns a restaurant and there's somebody who is wanting to add, I don't know, some other dishes to the menu, like vegetarian or vegan, or, or something that you've never had. It's not traditional. It's something totally new, in that there even be a learning curve with this. Well, we have to learn how to make this, or we have to teach the staff how to make this, right? So, and for you, Virgo, I feel like this would be your idea for most of you, because the 8 of Coins is I just have a really good feeling about this, that if we add this, or if we expand this, if we add this new option, I feel like you're the one pushing for it, but everybody else is no, I don't know about that. Or they'd be resistant to this idea, maybe because they don't want to have to learn it. It could just be your staff that's resistant to taking this on if you own your own business and are the boss, or if you're in a management position and you're just passing on. They're adding this service, here's what we're doing, or they're adding this project to our plate, here's what we're going to be doing, and you just may be meeting some resistance there. It's not a big deal here with this, Virgo. I'm just seeing that other people not be as enthusiastic as you are about a process or an expansion that is going on. Now, for some of you, this could also be a promotion or a job that is on the table, that it's building on your experience that you already have, but there's also an element of learning something new, because the 8 of Coins is the apprentice card. So, it could be either a totally new department or a totally new job description. Totally, again, you'll be getting it maybe because you put in some years at the company, or it's similar, but it's different. If you are moving into a new position, but for whatever reason, your family not be on board. So maybe it's because a move would be required, or you would have to travel. So maybe your partner or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife is like, well, who's going to watch the kids? And, while you're away and traveling. So there'll be an aspect of it that there's just a lot of discussion, and not everybody seems to be on board with your plans. You're Virgo and Virgo. So in the present energy, we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is normally fire sign energy. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo in these general readings. Could be male or female. For some of you, it'll be a male. For others of you, it will be a female. I feel like for many of you, this is somebody who is coming to you with this opportunity. So this could be, the present energy can be for some of you whenever you're watching this, at whatever point you're watching this video. For others of you, it will be end of into or later. And yet this opportunity leads to victory. It leads to a new start. And because this is a fire sign and fiery energy, and so is Solu, it's the rune of the sun, there is this you're passionate about this. It's a new idea. It could just be somebody who's like, hey, yeah, we own a restaurant, going back to the restaurant thing, whoever that applies to out there. Or the coffee shop, or whatever it is that you own, whatever kind of business it is that you own. You could be speaking to somebody who's in a similar business, and they're like, oh yeah, we added this to the menu, or we changed up this, and it was a real success. It really kind of launched us in a new direction. It brought a lot more people in. So yeah, you're getting this idea from someone. This could also be the offer, though, if it is more, you work in more like an office environment. It could be somebody who's advising you, like, hey, have you thought about this? It could involve an investment of money, but it does seem like this will pay off. It will be like a slow, steady progress here with this. This is something I feel like for many of you, whether you're the one enacting the expansion or wanting to add this, or whether it's being handed down from higher ups and you're just delivering the message to your team or whoever works under you, it's going to increase the profit steadily of whatever business that you're in. So this is a good change to implement. It's just a matter of getting everybody on board, because it seems like everybody has their blinders on. Like, how's this going to affect me? And it may mean more work for them initially, or it may mean like a change to their schedules or a change to their lives in some way. And they're not super happy about it. The Knight of Wands can also sometimes mean travel or relocation. So again, going back to this, like, you're really excited that this job offer or this promotion would allow you to travel or would require a relocation, but maybe it's a place that you really would love to live. But again, if you're married, you have kids, it is kind of like this dissension of how's that going to affect us, right? We have to change schools, and how long are you going to be gone at a time? How long am I going to be responsible for the kids? I mean, that'd be what you're hearing. Now, Virgo, these energies can always work both ways. So, I mean, it could be that your partner is dealing with this, and it's affecting you in the sense that, well, I'm glad the money is going to be good, but at the same time, who's going to help me with the kids, or, watch them when I'm at work, and that sort of thing. So with Dag, though, that's always a really positive rune of a wait and see how things kind of play out, because it seems like a victory in the long run with Solu here. Because that's all about winning and staying positive and trying to look at things, the positives of a situation rather than the negatives. So I would say focus on those, and definitely if there's dissension among the ranks with the family, just let them know, like, here's the positive side of this. It's like, yeah, you may have to change schools, but we'll have more money so you can have nicer clothes. You can have nicer clothes, or I can help you buy that car, or, that sort of energy. Now, what's going to help you in the position of helping? We've got the Chariot in reverse. So, wow. The Chariot in reverse is this opportunity for some of you to be coming due to a big kind of unforeseen shakeup at the office or for the business that you're working in, or the community. If you own a business within a community, there could have been like a big unexpected, it could be they're changing things because there was a big loss, an unexpected financial hit for the company. Things have been very unstable. And that instead of just doing things the same old way, it's like, no, we've got to be really innovative here. Again, new, it's got to be a departure. We've got to try new things. We can't keep doing things the same old way. So if this hasn't happened yet, it could be coming up in September, Virgo, where the place where you work is totally changing the way that they do things due to a big financial hit that they take. Something unexpected, though, with the runes that are here. And it's kind of forcing the company and thereby forcing the people that work for that company to break out of a rut, right? What we're doing is not working, or it's not going to fix this situation. If there is kind of like a loss of a job here, Virgo, or other people losing their jobs, it seems like that's happening so that you can move into their position or move into a better position. So those of you that are out of work and looking, remember, again, 8 of Pentacles means you're going to have the opportunity to do something you really want to do or that you're passionate about. Again, building on your past experience in some way, maybe not in the same industry. You may be taking your skills you learned in one industry to a totally different industry, but it's one that you're more interested in, or with people you like working with better. Because this card and these runes coming up this way, it could be something that at first doesn't seem like a help. It could be something that at first seems like, oh God, this is crazy, unexpected change, but it could have something to do also with relocation and unexpected office closings. Like, the rent is too high here. We're going to move the company here. Or we're going to close down the office in this state or this location, and we're going to move it here. And that may be what's bringing up the shift or the change. And maybe like, oh God, that's too far, and I'm going to need to find something else. Or they offer you more money or help with the commute, or it may be breaking you out of your location. It may be forcing you to move to a location that's better if you want to stay with this company. But yeah, unexpected opportunities around travel, relocation, and new solutions to old problems are coming from this. So if things are getting a little wacky at work, Virgo, for you or your partner, anybody it would directly affect you. Even a roommate situation, like if they have to move and you're like, oh God, we'll now have to find a new roommate. It's going to end up or turn out being beneficial for you. This could also be, and this is like the last intense level of intensity I'm getting for this, is somebody who needs help with a drug addiction or some sort of dependency issue could get into a car accident and could be forced to get help because they get in trouble with the law. That's kind of the last thing, because they haven't been learning their lessons. Don't feel like it's you, Virgo. I mean, unless you are struggling with that, unless you are dealing with that, beware. I mean, if you're driving under the influence of anything, driving recklessly, December could be the month that you get into a car accident or something and they find stuff in the car, or that you're under the influence. And I mean, this would be a help to you because it would force you to maybe get the help or get sober or get whatever you need to change this course of action. But not the most pleasant way to go about that. But for others of you, I think that's someone else. And like I said, that's the least amount of intensity. I feel like this chaos is coming from a larger entity, like a company that affects you because you work for them or because your partner does. Someone close to you works for them. What must be accepted about her? We've got the Seven of Swords. Again, hidden stuff. Secrets coming out. Extreme impatience here with someone. Wow, and you got Virgo, the rune of secrets here too. So this could be like, like they've known about this for a while. For some of you, I do think we're still dealing with this same issue with like, they've known this for a while. And for some of you Virgos, you've known it for a while, but they're springing in on everybody like, okay, we got to move the office, or we're closing the office and we're going to have to lay off some people. Or you've got the rune though here of Lagas here at the beginning in the position of the challenge, but also Urus. So I feel like Virgo, either you had like an intuitive kind of gut instinct that this was going to happen, or you kind of had insider knowledge because maybe you are in a higher position, a position of management. There's something ending. That's the secret and the hidden information that's coming out here in November. And it's blindsiding someone or maybe more than one person. So there's dissension. Because again, conflict and people. And if you're a manager and people who know that they're going to be laid off, I mean, they're probably maybe not going to be putting in their best work for the remainder of the time, right? So you have difficulty getting them to finish up things that are already on the table, and it's interesting that the candle went out as we're talking about something ending here, Virgo. Now this doesn't have to be a work situation. This could be something else going on that's more personal. It could be a relationship that's ending, but for you, I don't feel like for most of you, this is you. It could be, but it seems like this is, I knew that relationship was going to end because that person's as a liar and a cheat. They've always been a liar and a cheat. And I knew that they would do this. So that could be the way it's working out. And again, I feel like it is maybe a family member, but, or a coworker, or, there's maybe due to substance abuse, addiction issues, things, relationships that were just out of control, those kind of crazy wild relationships. It could be one of your kids, could be this fire sign energy, Sag, Aries, or Leo. If it's them, it seems like they're the one leaving. So if it is your kid, it seems like it's this fire sign that is leaving. And I just think you kind of knew, like, that person was no good. I knew they were keeping things from you. But secrets and lies seem to be the reason for this. And I think that you saw that coming because either you had like an intuition about this person involved, or it's somebody that you knew, like, okay, they've lied and cheated on every other partner they've been with. Once a cheat, always a cheat. So that's what's going on. But with Urus here, if it is your relationship, you're quickly back out there looking for new opportunities. Or you're just enjoying the satisfaction of, I knew that was going to happen. But you'd be talking to, a friend or helping someone through a breakup or a divorce or separation and helping them get back out there, helping them search for new opportunities. This is being very goal-oriented about, either getting back out there yourself or helping someone get back out there. Now, some of you, this could be, and again, this would be the least intensity that I'm getting with this particular message, Virgo. But for some of you, this could be somebody you've been hoping would break up with someone, and now you're finally like, now here's a shot. Here's my opportunity. Here's a chance to throw a hat in the ring or back in the ring, because this could be somebody you've known for quite some time. It could be an ex that was with someone or in a relationship, and now you're hoping that they'll come back to you or you're wanting to get back together. if it was a past relationship with this rune, I would be really kind of cautious with this Virgo, because it does indicate that, you know, this person, if they were a liar and a cheat to you and this other person, they're not going to change. So why would you want that back in? Why would you want to let that back in your life? But yeah, I think most of you, you're just getting news that someone is ending a relationship. And for you, this opens up an opportunity, or you're helping someone seek out new opportunities. But for a lot of you too, it's the work situation. Like, this is ending this phase. They're letting some people go, but I have a new goal, a new opportunity, and I have to decide or talk people into going with me on this. Now, the outcome of the month, we do have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is generally water sign energy. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, male or female, again, with a general reading. You've got two Knights. That's normally people I've been under, but it'll be a range since there are so many of you watching. But this is hearing from, or having to deal with, or having to go see someone that you don't really want to go see with Eos here in reverse. So it could be one of these people, you know, that are, you know, again, your decisions are affecting me in this way, or because in the reverse, this person is very much kind of maybe very depressed. This may be somebody who's drinking and driving. This may be somebody who is always playing the victim and not seeing that their own behavior, they're sabotaging themselves by not changing their own behavior, by making poor decisions. Maybe because they're always drunk, or always on drugs, or always dulling their senses in some way. And so yeah, this could be somebody that is doing that, and you're just like, oh God, I can't deal with this. I can't listen to this person go on and on about how they're a victim when they keep doing it to themselves. They keep choosing these ridiculous people to be with. And for some of you, again, it could be your kid. And you're just like, you know, you keep choosing these horrible partners. Why do you expect, you know, and you keep taking back somebody who keeps cheating on you or lying to you. Why do you think you're going to get a different result when you're using the same ingredients, right? So, and for some of you Virgos, that's going to apply to you. This could be somebody coming back, or you're finding out, this could be the person you're finding out that they're finally free, and you're like, for some of you, maybe you're expecting this person to reach out to you and get in touch with you when this relationship ends, and they don't. That could be kind of another element of this with Ewas in reverse. It's like you hear from someone else that they've finally broken up, and you were kind of thinking that if that ever happened, they'd get in touch with you, and they're not. So you'd be kind of conflicted at the end of the month here, Virgo, what to do. Should I send this person a message? Should I ping them? Or, you know, I feel like if this is just happening, this person is just ending that relationship, and it doesn't mean they're not going to reach out to you, but maybe they're taking some time. Maybe they are dealing with these issues. So I wouldn't jump the gun. I feel like if you do send out a message in September, Virgo, to someone like that you are looking to reconnect with, you'd be disappointed with the response, or you're not get a response at all, or just because this person is, you know, at the very least, very depressed and really not feeling very social, really not feeling very receptive. So for others of you, I just think this is somebody you have to deal with, because, you know, at work, or you have to kind of help them see the benefits of this situation, this work situation. So it could be one of your kids, it could be your partner, it could be the people at work that you are having to put up with until they're out of there. And it could just be, for some of you, you may not immediately feel like if you're just told your office is moving, your company's moving the office, or, you know, you could have this promotion, but you would have to move. For some of you, it's kind of like, oh God, I would have to go all the way up there. Try not to judge it until you actually go there. Because I feel like some of you change your mind. It's like, oh, I don't want to go there. And then like the idea of it you're resistant to, but once you do and maybe see the office and meet with who you'd be working with, it's different. It could change your perspective totally, or it could change the perspective of whoever's going with you. So yeah, I mean, if it's one of your kids, especially like a teenage kid, who's like, I don't want to change schools, all my friends are here. Once they get there and kind of meet people, it actually will be a beneficial change, but they're not going to know until they're in the scenario. So that's what I see here for her. Big changes afoot here, Virgo, but they're all leading, I feel, in a very positive direction for you. It's just maybe not going to seem that way to you or the people, more specifically, the people around you that it will be affecting. They're not seeing it as positively maybe as you are. But join me now over on Vimeo. Like I said, I'm going to pull one card from Nature's Whispers. I want to see if we can get more guidance on, especially this outcome, and see kind of what the future direction is going to be for that. So that link's below. Thanks so much for watching. Happy birthday once again, Virgo, and I will see you back here next time.